Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Hardcore Survival. It seems like I'm on my own on the server at the moment. I'm still waiting for Black Volk and Kurt to join us. I spent some time at the mob farm and I got my 30 levels. So I would want to check and see what type of enchantment I can get this time. Now, what I like to do is at the moment I'm working towards a new sword. Previously I did get a Smite 4 sword, but I'm really after sharpness and I would really like a sharpness sword. So I'm going to craft a sword. I'm going to head down to the enchantment table and I'll see what I can get for my sword. Alright, 30 levels, and we're going to try to enchant a sword with some good enchantments. I am hoping for sharpness and we'll see what happens. It's quite hard to get sharpness, so I shouldn't be disappointed if I don't get it, but I really want sharpness, so we'll see how we go. Oh, this is good. This is really good. It's an unbreaking 3 sword, which means it's going to last a little bit longer. It is sharpness 3. Now sharpness 3 is not the highest. You can go to sharpness 5 if you actually have a sharpness 4 on another sharpness 4 that you combine to sharpness 5, but I'm really happy with this sword. I will immediately put this sword in my hotbar and I'll start to use the sword, and I will again try to enchant more swords and see if I can get another sharpness 3 so I can combine it to get sharpness 4 and eventually end up with sharpness 5, because that's really my ideal sword. I'm very happy with my my bow on power 4. You can go to power 5 with a bow, but power 4 is pretty good, so I'm quite happy with that. Right, so we'll see what we get next time. It seems like Tina just joined us. That's great. We haven't seen Tina for quite some time, so it's really great to see Tina back. So I wonder where Tina is. I'll probably meet up with Tina at some point in time and just see where she is. And it looks like she's down in the base. Nice. So I can actually show Tina some of I can actually show Tina around a bit and just show her what is going on. So I'll just show her around a bit. I'll just make Tina a bow. She can do with a good bow, I think. Okay, I've decided to give some really good armor to Tina. She hasn't been on the server a lot, but I think I really should make an effort to make sure she survives. And we did lose a few friends in the process, so it's actually better to help her to survive, and then that way uh, she can last longer, and we will all benefit from more people surviving. So I'm going to give her a full set of diamond armor, and I'm going to give her a diamond sword, because she can do with a good diamond sword, and hopefully that way um, she will survive longer. Okay, so I'm just giving her a full set of diamond armor, and a diamond sword. And that way she will be better able to survive. Maybe I can get Tina to do a bit of farming. Okay, so I'm going to make some bone meal, and that would speed things up for Tina. Alright, now Tina's doing a great job with the farm. She's um, been replanting the farm, and she's been doing all this. Now while she's doing this, I really want to get on to finding out where the end portal is. Now I have an idea. And I don't know if it's a dumb or lame idea that's not going to work. But I don't want to use all my Eye of Enders, and I do want to find the end portal. A lot of creeper holes around this place. So what I want to do is I want to see, because this is basically close to spawn. Spawn is over there, and then our base is over there, and we're fairly close to spawn. So, and there must be 3 in the portals on a map. There must be 3 strongholds on a map. So there must be a way to find it. There's a 20% chance that they break when you throw them, and there's an 80% chance you might be able to collect them again. So I want to use them really sparingly. So what I'm thinking of doing is working on some sort of a system where I mark a particular block, and I'm going to stand on this block, and then I'm going to throw the Eye of an Ender straight up in the air, and I'm going to see where it falls, and then I'll mark that area again, and then I kind of work out how many blocks in one direction, how many other blocks in another direction, because I think that might be kind of south. So if I'm looking in that direction there, this is south, so I'm looking south, and that's north according to the details here, and then this is my location where I am at the moment. So I really should be kind of writing this down, and I'm going to try and figure this out, and see if this new idea that I have works, or whether it's a really dumb idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see where that Eye of an Ender goes when I throw it up in the air, and then I'm going to try to work out what that position is, and then I'm going to try and work out if that helps me to actually find the stronghold and the end portal. and I'll explain this better once I get there. So right, so I'm going to just take one of these very precious eye of an ender, and I'm going to throw it up in the air, and I'm going to try to follow it and see where it falls. So wish me luck. Okay, where does it go? It goes there. Okay, it goes there. Ah, it broke. It broke. That's just real bad luck. Now, it's roughly here. It's roughly around about here where it broke. It's difficult to figure out because I was hoping that it would fall down and that I would actually find where it falls, and I can actually work out roughly in what direction it is. I'm really not sure, but it was about right about here where it broke. So what I'm going to do is I'll make put another marker in here. Maybe make it a little bit higher so I can see it. And then I'm going to see where my other marker is, and I'm going to try and work out how many blocks did it go in on the x coordinate and how many blocks on the y coordinate. Now I remember my x coordinate was 22, my y coordinate was 192. So if I then go and I say right, now so if I now look at this and I see that my x coordinate is now 16 and my z coordinate is now 207, that means that I have gone minus 6 on my x coordinate, and I've gone plus 15 on my z coordinate. So I need to kind of work out the relationship between those 2 points, and I have to kind of work out if I would travel, say, minus 600 on the x coordinate and then travel plus 1500 on the z coordinate, whether I'll be close to that stronghold. So I'll have to go and figure that out for myself, and I'll come back to you guys with some idea, and then I'll try to execute that. Okay, so Tina has left. She's left the game, so that's all right. Not a problem. Not a problem. I am going to work out how I can get to the end portal. Now, I'm going to try and explain this, or my idea, as best as I can, and I don't know if it makes any sense. What I thought was I threw the eye of an ender up in the sky, and it kind of went from here to here, and it hovered in the air, and then of course it destroyed itself, which is really unfortunate because it's only supposed to do that 20% of the time. Now I looked at these 2 points, and I found that the x coordinate from this point to this point was minus 6. The change was minus 6. So from here to here the x coordinate was minus 6, and the z coordinate was actually plus 15. So I thought, well, if the x coordinate is changed with minus 6 and the z coordinate changed with plus 15, then that's kind of the general direction where the end portal should be from here. So I guess if I can extend this line, and I would say, well, from the current position, which is x22 and z92, if I continue in this direction and I minus 600 on the x coordinate and I plus 1500 on the Z coordinate. Then I'm guessing my next point that I want to walk to would be x minus 578 and z 1692. That's the idea. Now this might be a really dumb idea and it might not work, but I think it's worth a shot. I've never seen this on the internet. I've never seen anybody explain this. So this might be a completely dumb idea, but I'm going to give it a try because I don't want to waste all my Eye of Enders to find the end portal. Because it's really hard work to kill Enderman and get Ender pearls. So I will head off in that direction, and to make things a bit easier, I'm going to be taking a bed with me so I can sleep through the night, and I'm going to kind of head in that direction, and we will see how we go. And I'll keep going until I get to the position that I think should be close to the end portal, at least on the way to the end portal, which is x minus 178 and z 1692. So if I look at it now, I can see that my x coordinate is going to a minus. I want to keep on this direction, and I want my x coordinate to be minus 578 and my z coordinate to be 1692. So I'll keep going this way. Now looks like I'm about halfway there. My x coordinate is on minus 274. My z coordinate is on 736. So I still need some distance to go, but I'm definitely heading in the right direction. Right, it's becoming night time. I've been slightly sidetracked by a bunch of chicken that I found on the way, so I was able to get 14 feathers and 26 raw chicken, and that's always a bonus. Now what I'm going to do is just whip out that bed quickly, so I don't waste any time fighting monsters. I really want to get to my destination, so I'm just going to sleep here and wait for the day to come and prevent monsters from spawning. And it's day and we're back. Good stuff. And now I will continue on in my direction. Now I've gone as far as minus 487, and I still need to go to minus 578, and I want the z coordinate to be 1692. So I still need to head in that direction. So I'll keep going in that direction, roughly that direction there, and hopefully I will get to that location so I can throw the next Eye of an Ender and just see how lucky I am, on whether I'm unlucky or whether this whole thing was a really dumb idea. But we'll just see how we go. Hi guys, my plan is not working out as well as I hoped. I was thinking, well, I'll go to this next position, which I think is x on the x coordinate minus 578, and on the z coordinate 1692, and guess what? I ended up in the ocean. So I'm in the ocean at the moment. I see this mountainous island in front of me. If I look back, that's the direction where I was coming from. Now if this was normal plains or normal land, I would have thrown the next Eye of an Ender up here in the air. I would have followed it, and I would have worked out whether I'm still heading in this direction or whether I need to head back in that direction. But of course I'm in the water. This is not quite what I have in mind to find the end portal, and I will have to come up with another plan. I'll either need to head to that island there and throw another Eye of an Ender, and hopefully I'll be heading still in that direction, or I need to head back to that land there, throw the next Eye of an Ender, and then make the next calculation. But as you can see, I'm kind of not quite sure what I'm going to do, so I'm going to work out what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to come back to you and tell you what I think. Okay guys, I had a bit of a think about this, and I thought, well, I can head over that way and then try to go from there, but I am already at some distance. I am already about 1,600 or 1,500 blocks away from spawn, or I can head back there and just play it safe. Just go back where I came from. Just head over that hill and just throw the eye of the ender there, and just make a calculation, make a decision whether I need to go further, go in that direction, or whether I need to go back and retrace my steps to where I was coming from before. So I will head back over there, and I will throw the ender pearl eye of an ender again, and just see if I need to head back to base direction, or whether I need to head further over that mountainous island. So I'll just get ready and then set up, and I'll show you what happens next. Okay guys, I am on the plain that's just before the ocean. So the ocean is over there, and then there's islands, and I am kind of reluctant to go in that direction because it might just be oceans, and how will I ever find an end portal if it's under the ocean? I might have overshot the end portal because I went about 1,500 blocks further on the Z coordinate. So what I want to work out is I want to stand here, and I want to throw the eye of an ender up in the air. This is my marker, and I want to work out whether it flies that way or whether it flies back to where I was coming from. And then I can kind of work out whether the end portal is that way or whether I still need to continue that way. So here we go. So I'm going to grab another eye of an ender, my precious eye of an ender, and I hope I don't lose it. I'm going to try to follow it when I throw it up in the air, and I'm going to follow it and see where it falls, and then that's going to be my next marker. So here we go. It's going back. It's going back. I've overshot the mark. Okay, that's over there. That was over here. Okay, you know what this means? This means I've actually overshot. I've actually overshot the end portal, and I actually need to kind of make a new calculation, and then I need to head back the way I was coming. But in a way, this is confirming the idea that the eye of an ender is giving you kind of a x and y coordinate relationship that tell you in which way you need to go. So I'm going to go back, scratch a few numbers on paper, work it out, and I'll get back to you and tell you what I think we should do. I think I have come up with an idea. Now, if I look at this is where I was standing when I threw the eye of an ender, and then that block over there is where it dropped about at that block. Now the difference, if I was looking at the x and the z coordinates, I can say that the x coordinate had a positive 4 change. So from here to here, it's changed positive 4. The z coordinate had a negative change of 12. So the position changed with minus 12. Now I know I've overshot the end portal when I came here, because I was aiming to get to x coordinate minus 592 and z coordinate 1554, and I overshot because when I threw the ender pearl, it pointed me back in the direction that it was coming. So I'm kind of thinking maybe the next step is that I'm going to head back that way. I'm going to make a positive change of 200 on the x coordinate. So in other words, this is the plan, and I do apologize if this sounds all like a bunch of nonsense and numbers. I'm just trying something new. So I'm thinking my x coordinate currently is minus 592, If I make a positive change of 200 on that, that will change to 392 minus, actually the x will change to minus 392, and my z coordinate I actually want to take off the same kind of number and the same relationship. So instead of taking off just 12, because I want to go much further, I would take off 600. So I'm going to take off that 1554 600. So that actually gives me a new coordinate that I'm working towards, and that's x minus 392 and z 954. So I'll head in that direction there based on this two markers, and I'll head to x minus 392 and z 954, and I'll see how lucky I am, and we'll see what happens.